amount given is determined each year by the amount raised. In the past, the money has come from the chili supper, as you probably remember, but this year, Mr. Tom Hantak organized trivia night at the high school. So thank you to Tom, who who spearheaded that event, as well as everyone who volunteered and participated in trivia night. CGEA raised enough money to fund 3 $1,200 scholarships. The applicants wrote an essay and were interviewed, and the scholarships were awarded based on the following information: their education, GPA, grades, rigor of classes taken, including dual credit classes, community involvement and leadership, as well as the ability to use the scholarship for their freshman year of college. So we are happy to announce first scholarship to McKenna Courtney. The second scholarship to Olivia Stalter. And the third to Jason Schwind.
Granted to one EHS student each year on the basis of academic and community leadership. It's renewable up to 3 additional years in college. This year's winner of the William C. Hobbs Scholarship is Lauren Osmus.
In 1993, the Triangle of Opportunity was formed. It was bounded by Interstate 74, 5, and 155. The purpose was to promote economic development within this region. A goal of the Triangle of Opportunity is to encourage youth to become a greater part of their community. The Triangle is providing a college scholarship to a senior high school student attending a school within the Triangle region for their past and continued service to their community. Tonight's winner from Eureka High School really emphasized that. A 2019 $500 Triangle of Opportunity Scholarship presented to Austin Davis.
Thank you, Chris. The Dean Zimmerman Award is sponsored by the 1966 Eureka Hornet football team and by Inga Zimmerman, who funds the $2,000 scholarship that accompanies this award. This award connects 2 different generations. The award is given to the senior football player on last year's football team, as voted on by his underclassmen teammates. Those underclassmen were asked to vote on the senior who they felt best embodied the qualities that Dean Zimmerman possessed when he played football at Eureka High School from 1959 to 1962. Those qualities: integrity, toughness, desire, dependability, excellence, attitude, inspiration, and support. The winner of the 2018 Dean Zimmerman Leadership Award and Scholarship is Asher Weaver.
This year, we also have an EHS student who won a $1,000 Eureka Art Scholarship, a scholarship offered through the General Federation of Women's Club of Illinois. This scholarship goes specifically to seniors who are going to major in art as a freshman in college. This year, our $1,000 Laredo Taft Art Scholarship goes to Gabriella Rogers. Next, I'd like to call up Ed Hobecker here to present the Steve Maxheimer Memorial Scholarship.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to be a guest at the Eureka High School Awards ceremony this year. The Steve Maxheimer Memorial Scholarship Foundation was formed in 2003. This will be our 16th graduating class to receive scholarships from the foundation. This year we have 13 scholarship recipients from the Tri-County area high schools. Each student will receive a $2,500 scholarship. Before I introduce our recipients from Eureka tonight, I would first like to tell you a little bit about Steve. Steve was a native of Washington, Illinois, a Washington businessman who founded 2 concrete companies known as Maxco Construction and Twin Cities Ready Mix. He was also the owner of Pine Lakes Golf Course. He was one of the leading amateur golfers in the state of Illinois and was one of the founders of a Tri-County junior golf tournament we know today as the Junior River Cup. Steve was tragically killed in a car accident in 2002, and a group of his friends decided to form the Steve Maxheimer Memorial Foundation in his honor and to carry on his legacy of giving. Our goal as a foundation is to honor the accomplishments of high school seniors in the Tri-County area who excelled at golf, in the classroom, and other aspects of high school and community life. This year we're honoring 2 Eureka High School senior golfers. They are the 4th and 5th Eureka High School students to receive a Maxheimer Scholarship since our inception in 2003. I will call you both up at the same time. I am pleased to introduce to you and congratulations to Morgan Green and Carolyn Pecoscia.
Chris Robinson from Eureka College is up next to award our Ben Lycan scholarships.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. On behalf of Eureka College Board of Trustees, our President Wright, the staff, the faculty, and our fantastic students, I'm honored to be here to award the Ben C. Lycan Rotary Scholarship. This award goes to students that have shown fantastic dedication to their community, their school, through extracurricular activities, good character, displays of leadership. They've also excelled in the classroom. And my favorite part is they're attending Eureka College in the fall. This year's scholarships go to Lauren Osmus and Austin Davis.
For the second year in a row, we are pleased to offer the Watershed Food Scholarship for Science, Engineering, and Business. We We have an alum here, Jeremy Zobris, the CEO of Watershed Foods. He's here to present this Watershed Scholarship.
Good evening. It's extra special to be here as a former alum. Watershed Foods is a food manufacturer in Britain, and we make innovative snacks for toddlers and kids. And we love supporting our community in a variety of ways because it's been the source for our talented team of engineers, food scientists, mechanics, operators, and a whole assortment of careers. It's our great honor to sponsor a $1,000 scholarship honoring a student from EHS that exemplifies leadership, academic performance, and impact in the local community. This year there were many great candidates, but it's my privilege to announce that we've awarded our scholarship to Mr. Jason Schwinn.
Last but not least, we have Scott Zimmer from Eureka Rotary Club here to announce the 2019 Rotary Leadership Awards.
Eureka Rotary Club is honored to give two $500 scholarships each year. We base our scholarship winners on service above self, which is the Rotary motto, and their performance. And it was a very difficult year because we have an excellent group of students this year that turned in fantastic applications. I think that is a sign not only we have great kids, but a great school in Eureka and great parents. So thank you. In order for us to fund these scholarships, we ask that you join us for our pork chop sale. We're staying in front at Goodfield State Bank here in Eureka. We'd like to present our awards this year to Jason Schwinn and Katie Morin.
Thank you very much to all the scholarship organizations who offer scholarships to our seniors, and congratulations to all the seniors who won scholarships. Next up, I would like to have Michelle Monk and Janelle Briggs come up for the Student Council Awards.
All right, so Student Council here at Eureka High School is an excellent way for our students to give back. We really try to have our students exemplify the ideals of being a servant leader. And our students throughout the course of the year help to organize activities such as homecoming and multiple blood drives, but obviously the fruits of our labor lie in our passion for Fight for Life, which is our fundraiser for St. Jude. As you guys know, we are the largest teen-led fundraiser for St. Jude in the entire country, and it wouldn't happen if it weren't for our students. So a huge shout out to them. This past year, we were able to raise over $66,000. So a huge shout out to you. And the following, I apologize, very large list of students. So here we go. In no particular order. Asher Megan. Jason Schwinn. Go ahead and come on up and stand up on the stage. Yep. On stage. Carolyn McCutcheon. Morgan Kiesman. Lizelle Fair. Nathaniel Aikman. Jack Cook. Emma Foster. Savannah Hack. Jared Farney. Dalton Brown. Kimberly Beck. Emily Straight. Sarah Gannett. Natalie Anderson. Joel Bear. Darby Lehman. Ryan Strong. Lexi Grover. Maddie Farman. Gabe Wiegand. I told you it's a small army. But that's why good things happen here. Lilia Fair. Riley Stan. Eve Yoder. Ryan Lucky. Allison Kokoja. Rachel Aikman. Allie Underwood. Brielle Beck. Sylvia Hughes. When you fill the stage, you can start standing up front. Ashley Holm. Grace Deck. Sarah Carlson. Eric King. Mackenzie Green. Olivia DeVries. Kirsten Horton. Maddie Hack. Over sit next to her. Morgan Green, who also served this year as our president. Katie Underwood, who served as our vice president. Grace Ulrich, who served as our treasurer. Meredith Barnwell, who chaired as our grade machine and social media coordinator. Bailey Plattner, who served as this year's second vice president. Neville Denham, who was this year's secretary. And Alexi Bogo, who was our concession stand manager. I promise I'm almost done. All right, we also had 2 awards, one of which was voted on by the students on student council. We asked them to vote for whom they thought exemplified the ideals of being a student leader, was one of the most welcoming and respectful and kind individuals. And that was Bailey Plattner, and she's not able to be here tonight. And then our second award that I'm presenting tonight is actually, she's also not here, goes to Miss Olivia DeVries. We called her our St. Jude champion this year because she made a concerted effort to be at every single Fight for Life event, and she really had an open heart for giving. So those were our two of our student awards.
When I sat down to write what I was going to say, which I never do, but I thought I should try something new this year, about the 2 individuals that won the Advisors Award, I kept coming up with the same thing for each. And I know that they are each their own person. They are both truly amazing young ladies. They excel academically, they are hard workers, they've contributed to student council, EHS, and St. Jude in tremendous ways. Most of all, what sticks out to me about these 2 young ladies is their kindness. They are kind, they are caring, they put others first, hard work in academics will certainly get them far in life, but their kindness is what's going to set them apart from others. Mrs. Monk and I are proud to have these ladies on student council for the past 4 years, and they will be greatly missed. With that being said, I would like to present the Student Council Advisor Awards to Morgan Green. Next up, I think, is EHS.
And we apparently missed Miss Celeste Anderson. Were you right, Celeste?
General George S. Patton once said, "Give someone very little instruction, and they will surprise you with their creativity." Huh. Apparently I haven't taught these kids a thing because they're pretty darn creative. And the use of that creativity downstairs in the library going on right now is our very own art show. It's one of the largest in 4 years. It also is coupled with some works from Mr. Robinson's class. And I tell you what, it's very stunning, stunning artwork that they have created. I'm very proud of these kids, and I know that you are too. We've celebrated a lot of success throughout the years, and this year in particular, we came away the HOI conference with 4 ribbons and then 1 fan favorite. This one here by Maggie Roby, which again is on display downstairs in the library. This one here by Gabby Rogers. This painting here by Hannah Sorensen. And then fan favorite by Abby Skelton for Ben. Again, all these on display. I encourage you at the conclusion of tonight's ceremony to come down and view for yourself these works of art up close and personal. They are quite stunning. This year I give out the K Sears Award, and it goes to 7 seniors, the most I've ever had. It's the seniors who have not only majored in art, which is becoming increasingly hard to do, but it's also seniors who have excelled in it. Not just excel, but they've earned the title of Best Artist in the school. This year they are McKenna Courtney, Ambria Herman, Caitlin Johnson, Joanna Martinez. Joanna couldn't be with us tonight. Gabby Rogers, Abby Skelton, and Hannah Sorensen. Thank you. Don't leave. These ladies I've been waiting for 4 years. When they came as freshmen, I knew that I had something special. Again, each one of these has their own senior show downstairs. I encourage you to come down and take a look at some of the finest stuff. Along with them, Mason Patel is something from the art show or the senior show, St. Mason. Kat Kirstens, Claire Bruin, Geezer, and Guy Morgan, as the art show, and several others. But I tell you, a fan favorite of mine is Daniel Frank. Daniel Frank has what I consider a before and after painting. You've got to go see it for yourself. And the before and after painting, he does paint with both effect. The before painting, I'm going to be honest, it's as ugly as sin. But the after painting, when I graded it, I wept. It was just gorgeous. It's truly a religious experience. Go right now after tonight's ceremonies. Be blessed and do some fantastic art. Thank you, ladies, very much.
Hello, everyone. You guys thought student council was long? I tease because I'm here. This year, we had a very special team come through on JV team. Out of the 3 years that I've been coaching, this is the top 3 teams I have had. I was erasing out in my head and I said top 4, so hopefully that wasn't But one thing I want to point out specifically is how many leaders we had on this team. And I feel very confident in having them go to Mrs. Ritchie next year, at least some of them, because we have a lot of leaders on this team. To give an example, we had a tournament, Woodford County tournament. First year they had done this. Usually we go to a JV tournament that's just JV. But this year we had a catastrophe hit us. That was not weather, it was the fact that we have students that are too talented. And they actually had to go to their speech sections. Not a plan that I contributed for, but we only had 3 of our 17 members and we came home with 7. So again, just kind of showing. Oh yeah, we actually tied for first, but we ended up for points we got second. So I think we should run something else. But anyway, just to give you an idea, just an ounce of the strength that we have this year on the team. So it gives me great pleasure this year to honor our team. First starting with Amanda Albertson. Natasha Bernius. Seth Galloway. James Hendrickson. Alexis Reed. Josh Vandermein. And Bryson Webster.
How many years I've been doing the varsity, but we'll just go with me saying, good evening. I'm not as funny as the 2 men before me, but I do some things that maybe get a laugh or 2. So I'm Deb Birchie, I'm the varsity coach of the EHS Scholastic Bowl team, and 2018-19 saw the stars align with our experienced seniors and our less seasoned but developing juniors working together to form a very formidable team. It is important on a Scholastic Bowl team to have both those who are quick on the buzzers for toss-ups and those who work as a team to figure out the bonus question. This year we had both, and it was this team play that made us so formidable. It's also the wisdom of our 2 wonderful captains, Joshua Irving and Macy Littell. Not Irving, Irvin, sorry. Irving Berlin, Joshua Irvin. They encouraged team members to practice outside of our regular practice. They took the initiative to warm up on our way to matches, and they conferred before and during every match. It was awesome to see them reflect on their own strengths and weaknesses and utilize the strengths of the other to decide who would captain each match. So we are in 2 leagues, the Peoria Area League and the HOIC. We played almost 40 matches with a win-loss season of 29-10. I could go on about some of the things too. Like we got first at the first Woodford County thing, but it was between three schools. We ended up with second as well. And there was other things, but that's in announcements. You guys want to hear all of them announcements. Okay, so let me introduce our varsity team. We're going to start with the juniors, and if you could just line up here, and then I'll hand you your little thing. If I can't do 2 things at once, that would be great. And then I'm going to announce our seniors. So our juniors are Mason D-Ball, Ray Hughes, Matthew Nawati, Wyatt Roki, Ryan Strawn, and that's it for our juniors. Is that all the show? And now our seniors, I might be able to handle this. Felicity Barr,
nominating extra special. All right, thank you. Everybody needs a paperweight. And I guess I stay up here along with my compatriots, Joe Miller and Jerry Greenon. You get to be first, sir.
I'm Jerry Greenan, and I'm the government and civics instructor here at Eureka High School, and tonight I'm going to be awarding the Pre-Nation Civics Award. This award is earned by a group of students that have created their own nation, and we take those nations throughout the second semester in civics class, and we basically compete in various contests and try to volunteer as much as we can around the communities of Eureka, Connerville, and Goodfield. I want to emphasize group because, as you've noticed, many of tonight's awards have been individual achievements, but this award required a series of successful decisions and events that culminated with a main theme of teamwork, team spirit. This group specifically is impressive because of the volume of volunteers it displayed, including picking up trash, spending time with the elderly, donating food, donating clothes, babysitting for free, cheering on students and teammates, making meals for families, doing yard work, and writing to a local and state politician. Please help me in congratulating Celeste Anderson, Brindley Beck, Dalton Brown, Maddie Farney, Joan Zimmerman with the group name of Procrastination.
Okay, so the Social Studies Department would also like to honor the delegates to this year's Capital Forum. Capital Forum is a nationwide program that encourages students to think about the U.S.'s role in our world. This year marks the 19th year of Capital Forum, and it is the 18th year that Eureka High School has participated. Although Capital Forum started at Brown University out in Providence, Rhode Island, Illinois Capital Forum has been partnering with ISU's History Teacher Education Program for the last 8 years. Students spend the day on the campus of Illinois State with students from all over the state of Illinois to discuss key issues like genocide, environmental issues, nuclear proliferation, immigration, terrorism, and global economy. Sounds cheerful. They also have an opportunity to meet with experts who are knowledgeable on these issues, and then students spend the day with pre-student teachers and teachers learning to deliberate the tough issues surrounding these issues and advocate for one of 4 options or ways in which the U.S. can work with the rest of the world. They may advocate that our foreign policy be to spread democracy, or work with international organizations like the United Nations, or only intervene in countries that help our national interest, or cut ourselves off from the rest of the world, isolationism. The students that prepared as delegates to the 2019 Capital Forum are Felicity Barr, Haley Bowman, Amaya Blakes, Matthew Galloway, Johanna Meyer is here, and Becca Miller. So even though it looks like they didn't really show up too much tonight, they really showed up at ISU, and in fact our own Amaya Blakes was put on the Senate Foreign Relations panel, so they had a good showing, even though we are minus some tonight. Thank you, girls. Students students at Eureka High School volunteered to participate in a workshop on North Korea for the Peoria Area World Affairs Council this year. These students were asked to prepare a presentation advocating for engaging North Korea in bilateral negotiations. They did a great job presenting this foreign policy option. Our students always really do. The students that participated in this activity were Natasha Bernius, Haley Bowman, Matthew Galloway, Johanna Meyer, Joshua Meyer, Matthew Nowotny, and Logan Singletary.
And at this time, I'd like to give the award for the Social Studies Award for 2018-2019. Requirements for this particular award: this student needs to take American Experience their junior year, or take 2 of the 4 dual credit offerings in the Social Science Department, be academically outstanding, have B or better GPA, and planning on going into the field related to the social studies, or have a heart of service for our community and our school. Tonight, the Social Studies Department would like to honor one particular student who meets the previous criteria. Tonight's award winner has made an impression on the social studies teachers, especially in her psych and American Experience class discussions. Additionally, her work in leadership in other organizations, student council, portrays the spirit we would like to see in the recipient of this award. Tonight's award winner is a pleasure to have in class, as she refuses to shy away from expressing her own thoughts. Her insights and expertise in class material are exemplary. Perhaps this award is just one of many she will receive on her way to acquiring her medical degree and working in this distinguished field of psychiatry. Congratulations to Katie Underwood on receiving the 2019. At this time, we'll have the social science boards, Mr. Hancock, Ms. Kelly, Ms. Monk, Mr. O'Hanlon.
Last time, promise. All right. Obviously, the real reason that I'm here in this building is because I have a passion for science, and I get to teach the best students in the building every single day. And our awards also are embodied by the desire to do well and performance in the classroom. I give out awards for Bio 1 and for Anatomy and Phys, and it's always really, really hard to choose. Mr. O'Hanlon and I were talking after school today how hard it really is because we are blessed with having some of the best and brightest students in the school. So with that being said, I would like to announce I couldn't choose for Bio 1, so I'm nominating 2 people for our Bio 1 awards. I would like to give an award and a book to both Alexi Fogo and Haley Martin. They both work hard, go ahead and come on in. They both work hard to understand all of the material. They're always willing to help everyone. And they seem to really enjoy learning the material and actually being in my classroom. So congratulations to Alexi. And Hannah Martin, I think that she has a softball game tonight. Alexi. All right, and then I also get to give an award in anatomy. And I'd like to base this award not only on performance in their classroom, but also I would like to give it to an individual who has a desire to go into the medical field. So this individual is a very quiet but confident leader in the classroom. He is always prepared and has a strong desire to understand and apply the material. And he's consistently the highest score with some of the most well thought out essays. And you've seen him many times tonight, and I would like to give this award to Jason Schwinn. Up next, we have Ms. Lindsay Kelly.
All right, tonight I'm awarding 2 physics students, honoring their accomplishments in my class. Love is the word of growth. We use it as a guide in growing up into the people that we want to become. We get up in the morning with determination to achieve our day's goals. We step up to each task with enthusiasm and dedication. We stand up to problems with difficulties, first identifying our variables and then solving our problems. My first physics award goes to a student whose first ride at Six Flags Physics Day was Mr. Freeze. That right there better tell you that he is very determined, bold, and adventurous. My first award goes to Alex Heimel. In addition to the plan, I'm giving you a champion's mind. I hope you keep running. My heart rate was 119. My next award goes to a student who has an intense drive and passion for learning. I've had the privilege to watch as she has developed her growth mindset and has been a champion for others. While most students have been tapering from their studies, she has intensified her pace and finished strong. I admire her strength, passion for calculations, and problem solving. I'm glad to have contributed to her 3-step plan of success. Step 1 being graduation. Step 2 being party, which I'm invited. Step 3 to world domination. In order to achieve that, you may have to lean into the table. If that does not work, stand on the table. Jump on the table and have lasers. My second award goes to Macy Littell.
So both of my awards for Chem 1 and Chem 2 are most of the same criteria that they all just named. But I kind of base my two on a student with high academic standing and performance in the class that coincides with having a consistent top-rate effort, participation, positive attitude towards others and their classmates, and a clearly evident interest in chemistry and sciences in general. And for my Chem 1 award, I felt like I could have given this to 10 people like Mrs. Monk said. But there's kind of no surprise here considering she already just won a science award. The only thing that I think that this student's missing is that I only had her for 1 semester, so Miss Kelly got first dibs at her. So I'd like to welcome up Alexi Fogo, the winner of the Chem 1 award. For my Chem 2 award, there were 2 students I went back and forth on, so I took the easy way out and just went with 2. One recipient has just continued to do what she has done since her first day in Chem 1, and she makes me wish I could just teach a Chem 3 so I could have her again. This other student really made himself stand out from the copious amounts of times he led the classroom in discussion, asking questions, and in the lab. It's my pleasure to announce the winners of the Chem 2 awards are Natalie Anderson and Kaden Gates.
Kaden really loves the word copious, so that's why I have you.
Okay, I'm going to be giving away the Bio 115 award, which this is the first year for the class. It's at ICC. It's entitled Environmental Bio. At Heartland, it's called Conservation Ecology, and the names kind of tell you exactly what it is. It's environmental science and it's an ecology class. There were 50 students enrolled this year, and 13 of them have 4.0s. So it was a very difficult decision. And I had to take into account performance, but also a demonstrated interest and even behaviors that show that they're internalizing and thinking about the things that they're learning in class. So the first recipient achieves near perfection on almost every test, activity, task. She's highly accountable to herself. She takes enormous pride in the things she does, not just in my class, but in all her classes and also in all of her activities. She's extremely organized, focused. She's a problem solver, and I would want her in any classroom, organization, and team that I'm involved in because she just makes everyone better. I'm happy to give this first award to Natalie Anderson. Also in Bio 115, I have another very successful student. She's more of a corporate business mind, I would say. Everyone who knows her knows that she'll express what she thinks, and she thinks big. She is a high-level thinker. She understands the big picture, and she has done some things that have indicated that she's really thinking about environmental issues and sustainability movements, and that brought me great pride. It's been a lot of fun to have her in my class. She's an excellent student, and she's bound for success, and this award goes to the Zell Fair. Next is the Animal Science Award, and this is also a dual credit class through ICC. The criteria for this award are strong academic performance in biological science and an interest in animal science. And this year I also have 2 awards for this. There's a junior student with an amazing background of academic success, ambitions of becoming a veterinarian. Very persistent and meticulous. Just last week she balanced a feed ration for swine, and she took extra time, extra thought, and came up with a very low-cost, nutritionally balanced feed, which is very difficult to do. She's brimming with enthusiasm, and she's really a good-natured person, and I'm proud to present this to Shelley. Okay, and the other recipient for the Animal Science Award is a junior student with a very blue-collar approach. He insists upon quality. He holds himself to high standards. He's very conscientious. He's an introvert. He's quiet, but he's always impeccably prepared, and very few people apply their intellect better. I'm pleased to present this to Bailey Cooch. Lastly, Crop Science Award, Agri-Science Award. And I can't imagine that there is a more authentic way to learn than with the support of our entire ag science community. And we are very well supported in this class, and there are many people to thank for that. So I did it differently this year. I took 12 real-life scenarios from the last 2 growing seasons, including plant pathology issues, insect infestations, weed management issues, genetic hybrid selection, and just real-life challenges that producers have faced in the last 24 months in our county. And I turned them into 12 scenarios, and I presented them to the kids. And there were definitely wrong answers, but there was also multiple right answers because there were creative approaches to this. And there was one team who just showed themselves to be excellent young agronomists. They rarely made mistakes. One of them is from an ag background and the other is not, and I think it really helped them to think traditionally and outside of the box. And I was amazed with the things that they came up with, the legwork that they did to provide recommendations, the people that they contacted, and it was an outstanding exercise in learning. The 2 deserving recipients are Morgan Green and McKenna Hasselman.
We have a tremendously gifted set of students here at Eureka High School, and there have been a lot of accolades handed out and nice things said. So all those apply to our math students as well. And the science department, since math is language of science, you know that these are some outstanding people. As the people in the UK might say, these kids are all mental. So for the freshman algebra awards, these go to Noah King and Allison Underwood. We also had a department meeting and said we would do heartfelt handshakes. Geometry awards: Sarah Hart, Ashley Lehman, and Grace Tapp. In Mr. Stromberger's algebra trig class, we have Alexi Fogo and Lilia Fair. And for Ms. Willie's pre-calc class, Seth Metcalf and Madeline Delfume. And this last candidate is for calculus, and I'm going to do a little aside here. I teach a programming class, and it says something about a candidate when the other kids in the class ask him questions instead of me. This is the calculus recipient, Joshua Urban. Okay, next up we have straight A's. Oh, English awards.
All right, the first English recognition is for two sophomores, Mr. Tapp, Mrs. Wirtz, and my English 2 classes. For the past 5 years, as part of the English 2 curriculum, the students participate in the Poetry Out Loud National Recitation Contest. All sophomores choose a poem from a huge anthology, and then they learn this poem, memorize the poem, and recite it in front of the class, as well as guest judges. We then take the top 2 performers out of the English 2 class to Springfield, Illinois for the regional poetry recitation contest. And this year we had 2 outstanding students who performed against 12 other area schools and represented Eureka High School beautifully. Congratulations to sophomores Jenna Nielsen and Danielle Rogers for the And I'm also going to present the Junior-Senior Journalism Class Awards. In that class, we write articles for the District 140 Facebook page. Thank you to Rebecca Rossman for posting all of those. We also write the senior spotlights that you see in the Woodford County Journal, and we produce the yearbook. And that has been a huge undertaking this year because we have a very small class, so they have had a lot of work to do this year. And thank you to all the students as well as the staff for allowing interruptions for interviews and pictures throughout the year, and to the parents who have been providing pictures for the yearbook as well. We appreciate all you do. So the first award is the Nautilus Award for Excellence in Leadership, Attitude, and Genuine Enthusiasm for Journalistic Work. And the journalistic writing that the student produced since the beginning of the year has been absolutely outstanding. Almost nearly perfect, even the first article that was written before I even taught the journalistic standards, and it has improved from there. It makes my job as advisor very easy. And so I would like to award the Nautilus Award to Curtis Heinrichsen. And the second award is the Hornet Award for dedication to leadership, creativity, determination in producing the 2019 yearbook. The student who is receiving this award has logged over 255 hours and 27 minutes in the eDesign yearbook program. She has taken on not only her assignments, but additional assignments. As I said, we have a small class, so she has rose to the occasion for that, and I appreciate all the hard work that she has put into the yearbook. $255, just to repeat that one. So the Hornet Award this year goes to Madison Barney.
I'm Kate Torian and I teach Spanish 1. This year's Spanish 1 award goes to Lily Wagner. Come on, please. And I'm going to make her feel super awkward and talk about you while you stand up here and everyone stares at you. I have Lily in Spanish 1, and I've thoroughly enjoyed listening to her hum a tune or softly sing a song as she enters class every day. But other than being a beautiful singer, Lily does exceptionally well in Spanish. And not only does she understand and produce the language, but she asks the kind of questions about grammar and vocabulary concepts that won't be taught until Spanish 2 and Spanish 3. On top of that, Lily has blown me away with her consistent habit of helping her classmates without being asked to. And she doesn't just tell them the answer, but she asks them guiding questions that will make them think and come up with the answer on their own. And she praises and encourages them along the way. I'm excited to see her grow and flourish over the next few years, and not just expand her knowledge of the Spanish language, but grow and mature in all areas of life. Congratulations, Lily.
Okay, so I'm not going to say who is receiving this word until the end because I'm awkward enough as it is, so I don't even have to say it. But, and everybody knows that's true, so that's fine. Okay, so I'm not sure if this student is here tonight, but he does not receive enough credit, and so I'm going to say a few words about him, and then you can all tell about it tomorrow. Okay, so he has gone above and beyond in all of my expectations in Spanish too, and that's including all areas of our curriculum: reading, writing, speaking, listening, and all of our grammar fundamentals. He is also the only student, that's including my Spanish 2s and my Spanish 3s, 120 students, that I hear telling jokes or speaking softly under his breath to his partner in full grammatically correct sentences in Spanish. His partner may or may not understand what he says, but I hear it and it's funny. His classmates look to him for all the answers, and I really think they all genuinely believe if he doesn't know the answer, no one could possibly know the answer. And I really look forward to hearing how his joke telling improves and develops over the next year, and I can't wait to have him in Spanish 3. So again, let him know how awesome he is tomorrow. If he's not here, it is David Garcia. All right, and I also teach Spanish 3, and there are quite a few students in Spanish 3 that have very high grade percentages. And so it's super hard hard to choose, but this student really sets herself apart from the rest because she loves all things Spanish and she just wants more reading opportunities, more opportunities to speak in Spanish, more culture. She loves and embraces it all and has a desire to take her skills to the next level. She plans to not only continue with Spanish next year in Spanish 4 with Miss T, but take her love for Spanish beyond our Spanish classrooms. I don't get to have her in class next year, but I plan to do a lot of preparation for entrance exams, and I plan to convince her to take the AP test as well. And the recipient of the Spanish 3 Award is Meredith Barca.
Spanish 4, and this year's Spanish 4 recipient is Darcy Wetstein. So I've been very impressed with not just Darcy's work inside the classroom, but her work outside the class as well. Inside class, Darcy is 100% always on task, 100% of the time. She works diligently and is self-motivated to do her best work on every assignment and every assessment, even if it's not graded. And let me tell you, sometimes that is very difficult when you have a Roman Bauman and Adam Anderson cracking jokes and doing their own little personal competitions during class. But she does an excellent job every day. And outside of class, Darcy has put in countless hours with Mrs. Axelson, so she's going to say a few words about that.
Okay, so I didn't get to have Darcy in class this year, but I had the opportunity to work with her preparing for the AP exam. We had 3 students take it this year, and all of them put in a lot of work. Last year, Darcy came to, I think, every single morning chat session that we had, where we just sit and talk in Spanish. She came this year, even though she didn't get extra credit this year for coming, she just came just to get more practice. And I've watched a lot of people speak in Spanish in front of me, and there's a lot of shaking usually, sometimes a few tears, and there's a lot of stuff going on, but she is the calmest, most composed Spanish speaker I have ever seen in my classroom, and I'm so excited that she is getting this award tonight. And next up, we have the music awards with Tom Selder.
Good evening. So for my students, when I present your awards, if you could just like stand here with your fellow bandmates until the last one's done, that would be awesome. Next year, I do think I should go for a retroactive science award because I took Chem 2 without taking Chem 1 and did not fail. So I was at this close, so I think I should be up for that. But anyway, it's great to be here tonight. And my first award is the Milan Saxton Award, and this is named after the first band director here at Eureka High School, when it was called Eureka Township High School, and he used to rehearse his band standing right there. And when you teach 28 years, you see a lot. And for 27 years, I've seen a lot of freshmen come through, and usually there are 2 or 3 that are pretty close, and then there's the one that's pretty much the clear, yeah, I think that's the one that really should do. And this year, for year 28, it was impossible to pick between these 2 students because they're both phenomenal musicians. They both make their sections better just by the simple act of playing and being there every day, but they also go above and beyond and are teachers in their section. They contribute in so many different ways, and so I had to give it to both. And so I'd like Lily Wagner and Jaden Mead to come up. The next award is the Susan and Sarah Kirchner Award. It's given to the clarinetist who excels academically and also has an outstanding performance ability. And this year, it was almost a no-brainer because she taught herself to play the clarinet because she saw a need that that we needed some more players, and she stepped up and totally took that on herself. And she's a great contributor. It's like she's been playing it all through her school career. So I really, really appreciate that. She's one of the hardest working kids I've ever had come through my program. Darcy, go. The next award is the Louis Armstrong Award, and that's of course the Jazz Award, and to be eligible for that you need to be in Jazz Ensemble for 4 years and excel in the jazz idiom. And I tell you what, you know, as a trumpet player myself, and I was a jazz trumpet player, I love playing jazz. The lead trumpet player is the engine that drives your band. And there are some years when you have a Ford Fiesta, and there are some years, I'm not lying, this is the way it works, and there are some years that you have a Porsche. And this year, it's obvious we have a 911 Turbo. His name's Jason Schmidt. The next award is the Semper Fidelis Award. This is sponsored by the United States Marine Corps Youth Foundation, and it's for performance, and it's also for dedication, because, you know, Semper Fi is always faithful. And these are students that not only excel musically, but they also are completely dependable and responsible for things that are way beyond what a normal, regular student would be responsible for. And sometimes that takes lots of forms. Sometimes it's something I've observed over 4 years, or, you know, something really important that happens during 1 or 2 years. So I have 3 students that have earned this award this evening: Sarah Smith, Celeste Anderson, and Angie Hartman. And the last award is the John Philip Sousa Award. And of course, that's the one that goes to the senior who has to be your best musician. And there can only be one. There can only be one for that award. And this is the hard one, I mean, because there are a lot of great musicians here. But I tell you what, this student, I have never heard him play a single phrase without artistry. And that's saying something. Phenomenal musician and a great kid. Josh Irving. And now our very own Courtney Lowe with the Straight A's Top 10.
The senior students who have had straight A's throughout their high school career. Those students are Austin Davis, Jordan Mead, Grace Ulrich, Luke Cooper-Schmidt, Jason Schwind, and Alexandria Grover. Lexi Grover. And then these, of course, Eureka High School, we have 13 in our top 10 because we have very high achieving students. So it's awesome to recognize these students who are 4.0 valedictorians this year. I'm going to go in reverse order just to spice things up, and because that's how I laid everything out. So those students, and actually if you guys will go up on the stage and then you can all lay them out. Thank you. All right. So we have Darcy Wetstein, Katie Underwood, Katie Morin, Natalie Meese, Macy Littell, Joshua Urban, Andrea Herman, Alex Heinold, Morgan Green, Malia Cottrell, McKenna Courtney, Kate Lunier, and Emma Argo. Give them a round of applause. And then on your way back down, stop back through and we will get you your plaque down here for the 4.0s. I went very quickly, I'm sorry. Now, Phil Glass will present the juniors with straight A's.
Okay, these are students with GPA going into this point in their high school career. Isaac Ferguson, Bailey Plattner, Haley Bowman, Nora Robinson, Becca Noe, Callie Kuntz, and Jack Cook. Following are carrying a 4.0 at this point: Jason Walder, Sarah Panetta, Seth Metcalf, Darby Lehman, Savannah Hack, Caden Gates, Zell Fair, Madeline Dalfume, Brinley Beck, Meredith Bardwell, Natalie Anderson, and Nathaniel Aikman. Round for juniors. Next up, sophomore straight.
So my leg totally just cramped up. It shows how long we've been here. Alrighty, for the sophomores. The following students have maintained all A's so far through high school. Colby Blunier, Samantha Buschulte, Thomas Cahill, David Garcia, Kendra Gudeman, Allison Schrock, Garrett Thomas, Gabe Wiegand, Bree Wetzler, Bryson Wetzler, and Eve Yoder. And these following students have maintained a 4.0 so far in school: Brooke Bergen, Rachel Churchman, Lily Fair, Alexi Fogo, Abigail Swanson, Elena White, and Allison Wiegand.
As a freshman class sponsor, I get the privilege to announce our Rachel Aikman. Olivia DeVries. Maddie Hack. Sarah Hart. Kirsten Horton. Sylvia Hughes. Reese Knapp. Ashley Lehman. Holly McDonald. Jade Mead. Ashley Knoll. Allison Kosha. Grace Tapp. Lily Wegner. Sarah Carlson. Ashlyn Heinold. Levi Steffen. Jackson Zimmer. Isla Bachler. Mackenzie Green. Noah King. Allison Underwood. Delaney Phillips. Amelia Roki. Kylie Hasselbacher. And Olivia Schumacher. Up next, we have the Fitness Awards with Mr. Green.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Let's take this moment and have a Eureka Live commercial timeout, and everybody take a just stand, stretch your legs for 15 seconds. Eureka Live timeout. Thank you, Mr. Hantak, for streaming this tonight. Shout out to a special couple in Rock Falls that are watching tonight. Okay, we're going to start with the Fitness Awards. I'm presenting these tonight on behalf of Mrs. Gennart. The two Fitness Awards go to two young ladies that have shown outstanding effort and leadership in the area of fitness this year. Those winners are Lauren Osmus and Cassidy Post. No KP. Next, we have our athletic awards. I'll start with the HOI All-Academic Team. This is a very lengthy list. So as your name is called, please come up, grab your certificate for Mr. Underwood, and please go up on stage. Each year, the Heart of Illinois Conference recognizes senior student athletes that have competed in an HOI conference varsity sport. The recipients must have at least a 3.5 GPA after the 7th semester. This year's recipients: Emma Argo, Morgan Green, Alex Heinold, Natalie Meese, Katie Morin, Katie Underwood, Lexi Grover, Amy Panetta, Asher Wiegand, Austin Davis, Morgan Keyser, Carolyn Pecosha, Lauren Osmus, Allison Knoll, Curtis Heinrichsen, Grant Carlson, Kyle Johnson, Haley Flowers, Spencer Nason, Connor Standish, Alex Britton, Trevor Getz.
In addition to this recognition, the Heart of Illinois Conference awards thousands of dollars in scholarships to students within the HOI conference in all the HOI schools. Students earn a nomination from their school and go through an extensive application and interview process to earn scholarships in the area of academics, fine arts, male athletic, female athletic. This year, the nominees in those 4 categories, female athlete nominee was Emma Argo. Give her the male athlete was Asher Wiegand. Academic was Katie Underwood. And our fine arts nominee, if she would please come, was Darcy Godey. Please come up, Darcy. It's my privilege at this time to announce that our 4 nominees did actually receive some scholarship monies this year. And so they had to go through an application process, and then they had to be interviewed by principals from other schools. So I'm sure it was nerve-wracking for these individuals to do this. I'm pleased to announce that the female athlete recipient who will receive $1,000 was Emma Argo. Also receiving first place and $1,000 in the area of fine arts, Darcy Godey. And our academic recipient, runner-up, will receive a $500 scholarship, Katie Underwood. Congratulations to all of these students. You may be seated. Our next award is in memory of a classmate and teammate and friend, Alyssa Burns. Alyssa was killed tragically in a texting and driving accident in the summer of 2009. The Alyssa Burns Perseverance Award is given annually to a senior student who exhibits a strong work ethic, a friendly demeanor, and most of all, perseverance in times of adversity or struggle. Alyssa was a fighter and always seemed to fight through whatever was ailing her at the time. This award represents Alyssa and her can-do, never-give-up attitude. This year's recipient has been described as friendly, kind, and compassionate, qualities that remind me of his late father. I'm pleased to present this year's winner as voted on by the Eureka High School faculty, Mr. Jason Schwinn. Our next award is the Coach Craig Gertis Dedication Award, and we're lucky enough that we have a coach in the audience tonight. He's going to help me present the plaques to this year's winners. Although this gentleman needs no introduction, I'll read you what we always say each year. This is in recognition of Coach Gertis and his outstanding dedication to the students of District 140. From 1971 to 2004, Coach Gertis was instrumental in the lives of many student athletes as the head boys baseball, basketball, and track coach at Eureka Middle School. Many of the kids here know him as the voice of the Hornets in football and basketball games. He's also the gentleman that calls nearly every one of our students when they have an athletic success in their career in high school. So, because of these contributions, Coach is one of the most respected sportsmen in Central Illinois. This award is given annually to student athletes who participate in 3 sports for 4 years, which is becoming increasingly hard to do because of the time that it takes to do that and the commitment. Keep in mind, Coach coached 3 sports for 33 years. So take a call to that. This year's recipients, if you would come up, Coach, I have plaques on there for you. Alex Britton. Alex participated in football, basketball, and track. Morgan Green, golf, basketball, and softball. Courtney Heffron, volleyball, basketball, track. And Allison Knoll, volleyball, basketball, softball. Again, I want to thank Coach Gertis for being here. And I know it's very difficult for him not to grab this microphone, but we've been here long enough. Congratulations to these 4 kids. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you, Coach. Our next award is the Wendy Parsons Award. Again, a gentleman that probably needs no introduction to most of you in the room. Wendy Parsons was a Hornet all of his life. It did not matter the sport or the activity. If it involved the Hornets, Wendy was the first guy cheering, and usually cheering the loudest. He's remembered for his positive attitude, his exuberance, and his genuine desire to see the Hornets succeed. And maybe a little singing and harmonica playing along the way. It's safe to say that in a crowd of Hornet fans, no one was clapping louder than Wendy. This award has been established in his honor and will be awarded yearly to 1 male and 1 female senior student at Eureka High School who exhibits a strong school spirit, a cheerful attitude, and supports all district activities. The recipients are nominated and voted on by the faculty and staff at Eureka High School. The recipients will receive an engraved harmonica in Wendy's spirit. This year's winners are Asher Wiegand and Morgan Green. And now you two want to do a duet with your harmonicas? Give you time to practice. Our final award is the Athletic Director's Award. This award is given annually to a senior student who represents EHS in a positive manner in the community, in the classroom, and on and off the field. This student must also possess character qualities that make all Hornets proud, traits such as leadership, humility, grace, and integrity. This is tough. This is a class full of kids that are outstanding. This year's winner, when I asked some of the teachers to describe this person, the teachers said this person was organized, this person was caring, this person was humble, and this person was sometimes witty, which I kind of get that one. She carries herself with a quiet confidence that sets her apart and makes her a trusted teammate and trusted friend. Whether on the course, the court, or the field, this young lady always carries herself with dignity and always thinks of others first. You'll routinely see her talking and playing with younger kids after games and visiting with our senior citizens that are visiting and watching ball games. She's a great role model to the future Hornets. She's also one of only 4 three-sport athletes. Her work ethic is to be admired and duplicated by young kids. It gives me great pride to announce this year's AD Award, Morgan Green. And I will turn it over to Mr. Underwood.
so it's kind of hard to follow that. So these are students that have achieved perfect attendance this year. One of the things, to preface this, and why this is important, one of the things that our professional learning communities did this year, one of the groups, was they began to put a lot of data to some of the assumptions that we have. You know, if you take certain classes, you're going to have a better GPA, or you're going to have a better SAT score. And so we started to try to put numbers to that. And so, you know, how many activities, you know, will help with your student achievement? How many, you know, what course track? Whether you take band or not? So those sorts of things. And we're starting to put some numbers to that and gather some data as to, you know, what's going to make a successful student here at Eureka High School. And one of the things that really stood out in our preliminary data is that higher test scores and higher GPA, those kids are also here a lot. So, you know, the higher attendance rate means those things are higher as well. So you're going to see a lot of these kids that I call up here. You've already seen quite a bit tonight for obvious reasons. So the 1, 2, and 3-year award winners, when I call your name, come up and get your certificate from Mr. Edwards, and then just come up on the stage. So Mallory Denton, Lily Ellis, Allison Pecosha, Anna Perry, Zach Smith, Levi Steffen, Jacob Stoner, Jackson Zimmer, Quentin Beckendorf, Colton Carlson, Isaiah Dillman, Elijah Scott, Dalton Brown, Carter Ellis, Caden Gates, Ben Grover, Ray Hughes, Joe Knapp, Callie Koontz, Nora Robinson, Logan Singletary, Lexi Grover, Kirk Heinrichsen, Jacob McKnight, Sarah Smith, Katie Underwood. 2-year award winners, Alexi Fogo, Marissa Herman, Gavin Knapp, Garrett Thomas, Luke Wells, and Allison Wiegand. 3 years of perfect attendance. Madeline Dalfew, Darby Lehman, and Jason Schwinn. So these are our students that have had 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years of perfect attendance. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate that. You guys can be seated. So we have 3 young men that have achieved 4 years of perfect attendance. And they each have had a unique way of showing the persistence of being here every day of their high school career. Each have arrived at this honor through separate but unique life skills. You'll find why I kind of air quoted skills there, that are helpful in life. Consistency, which is a skill. Luck, which is not necessarily a skill. And fear. Our first award winner is consistent.
I know I can count on Riley to be at school every day. And he told me he would be here tonight, though I'm not sure he is. And do the right thing. I can count on Riley being at the front of the cafeteria playing his game on his phone at the end of a lunch. His consistency and attention to detail will carry him far as he plans to attend UIC and major in biomedical engineering. I know when Riley designs and builds prosthetics in the future, they will be right. Congratulations to Riley O'Rourke on having 4 years of perfect attendance. When I was young, and I think this was Coach Gertis that probably told me this, so shout out to you here, Coach. I had someone tell me that sometimes it's just as important to be lucky as it is to be good. I feel like we make our own luck by being good enough to have luck work in your favor. And Dustin has certainly been both good and lucky. It is good that he's persistent to be here every day in high school. However, Dustin is a 29er. 29ers are the students that are hustling through the halls at 8:29 to get to class on time. Most students do not start out as 29ers. They get to that point after they have driven to school for a while. Every year, most are seniors. However, Dustin is well versed in being a 29er because he's been a 29er since his brother was bringing him to school as an underclassman. Thus, increasing the need for luck and achieving 4 years of perfect attendance. Dustin has certainly been lucky in not having car trouble, getting stuck in construction, or backed up in an accident that might cause him to be late enough to miss first period class. So congratulations, Dustin Kennel, on demonstrating the persistence and luck that So I've been told that I can be scary. I don't know. Katie and Allison and maybe Keaton Green have seen that. But sometimes, I really don't see myself that way though. But sometimes fear is a great motivator. When our last award winner was a freshman, fear led him to perfect attendance his first year. On a late winter's early spring day, his freshman year, I was following the student up those stairs right outside, going up to the 3rd floor. And the student was upset, visibly upset, and I was following the student. So I thought I had heard him being upset, but I wasn't quite for sure. I knew somebody was upset. But I noticed the students coming down the stairs were all craning their necks and looking at us as we were walking up the stairs. So when I'm following somebody up the stairs that's upset, the natural assumption is they're in trouble. When we got to the 3rd floor, I asked Alex why he was upset. He said he did not feel good, but he did not want to go home and get a detention. I told Alex he would not get a detention for being sick. I'm the one that decides who gets in trouble. His fear of being in trouble kept him at school every day, but his presence here brightens everyone's day. So thank you, Alex Kent, for being here every day of high school and making this a better place. Okay, Mr. Edwards with the Principal's Award.
Thank you, Mr. Underwood. All right, so when Mrs. Hospitalhorn told me I had the honor of getting to recognize a few of our students for the Principal's Award, that was pretty much all she told me. She said, okay, you get to recognize people, so what's the criteria? kind of get to decide what that criteria is. Wonderful. So, the criteria that I felt most embodied Eureka High School students, as I sat down and thought about it, took me back to a faculty meeting that we had in February, where we were talking about what we want our students to have when they leave Eureka High School. And the staff went through and said, of course, there's all sorts of content knowledge that we want our students to have. But the list that really became lengthy, that we really focused on, were those skills that make somebody a good human. The skills where they're going to hold the door for someone. The skills where they see somebody else in need and they're going to take the time to stop and help that person. The skill where they are going to realize somebody is not having a good day, and they're going to take the time to try to help that person or get resources for that person, in some way make an impact on their lives. And so when I was sitting down and thinking about it, I thought, yeah, part of school is the grades. I mean, that's part of the reason we're here. But really, when we have people leave Eureka High School and any school I've ever worked at, we want them to leave and represent us in a greater community in the world in a way that people say, wow, that is really an amazing person. So when I sat down and thought about it, I thought these were the qualities that I really wanted to see somebody embody. I wanted to see somebody with school spirit, someone that I saw out at different games, not just home games, but away games. Someone I saw that even on, when they said, Mr. Edwards, I have a test tomorrow, I'm going to do well on that test, but I'm going to come out and support a team that maybe doesn't get as much attention as some of the larger teams. I want to see some of those academically sound. So they not only have the school spirit, but they're also balancing their academics. They're getting their homework done. They're not taking zeros on assignments. Number 3, I said I want somebody that's going to contribute to the community in some ways, making our community a better place. Number 4, I want somebody that exhibited leadership, whether that was in school or outside of school, but in some way was making a difference and was leading their peers to be better people. And number 5 is that intangible. Someone you want to spend time with, someone that is fun to talk to, that has a good personality, that when you're having a bad day, they lift you up. Someone that has maybe a funny perspective on life, but it just makes you want to be a better person. And so I sat down and kind of generated my list. I talked with the staff, and they generated a list for me as well. And so we kind of compared them and settled on 4 individuals that I felt like deserved this recognition this year. And so a little bit of description for these individuals. So I'm going to call you up one by one after describing, and I just ask that you stay up here, and I'll give you your awards here at the end. The first person I see in the hallway every day has a smile for everyone. This individual made me feel welcome my first day of school by coming up and introducing herself. The person, maybe the most memorable moment for me this year was when the volleyball team was playing on Halloween over at Eureka College and came in and had candy for everyone so that they can not only celebrate Halloween but also support our athletic team. This person I saw at Fight for Life activities, taking a group of little ones to see, what was the movie? The Incredibles, and over at Eureka Middle School. So not only making an impact on our school, but making an impact on the younger Hornets that are coming up. So this first person I would like to recognize is Morgan Green. The second person I would like to recognize is involved in everything. I see the person when I step out of my office in the morning. I feel like when I'm going home, that person's still in the school, in some way contributing, always taking time out to smile and make others feel special. She's been up here a lot tonight because she has contributed in so many different ways, and that individual is Katie Underwood. This individual is someone that I speak to occasionally in the hallway. I was really impressed, and perhaps most impressed, when I was invited to go to a class and got to watch her present her idea as being an entrepreneur. She presented to some local businesses and received feedback, but she didn't just take that feedback and say, okay, that was a cool project and I'm done with it. This person has actually turned it into a business a business that she confirmed this evening when I spoke with her as she came in, that's doing very well. And so has not only taken what she's doing in class, but is running with it. That individual is Darcy Winston. And our final individual has also welcomed me with open arms. Perhaps my most memorable moment, besides the fact that he takes the time to sit and talk to me in the hallway, ask me how my day is going before I have a chance to ask him how his day is going, is that I attended a wrestling meet. I was sitting there just trying to take in the whole experience. I've dabbled in a lot of different sports, and wrestling is not one of them. So usually I'm just trying to figure out who's getting points and why they're getting points. When he came over and not only took the time to explain to me what was going on, but offered me a very delicious cookie that what I understand is something you basically earn. And yet he was nice enough to say, oh no, you gotta try these, they're delicious. And he was right, they were delicious. And so just making me feel at home, taking the time to look out for his peers, always has a smile, always positive, and that individual is Asher Mead. So all these individuals have had great impact. They're going to be missed. All of our seniors that were out here tonight, you are going to be missed as well. I'm also coming back as a super senior. That you are. So we're going to see you. So at this point this evening, I would like to thank everybody for coming out. I would ask if you have the time to take 10, 15 minutes. It is time well spent going down to the library and seeing the artwork. It will. Mr. Wells' photo did not. Please take your time to go down there.